for further use of the students. Okay, so let me adjust the mic. Okay, so this is okay. Speaker is 100%, and so what is the okay? Now come to the class. So JavaScript, I told you that JavaScript is the popular programming language for web development. Understand that? So it is a popular programming language for web development. Hmm. Okay. So if anybody wants to become a web developer, he must know three languages. So if you want to become web developer, you must be aware of three languages. One is HTML, one is HTML, second CSS, third one is
अरे
JavaScript.
बैटरी भी नहीं लगाया कब से आता है
Understood that?
कौन सा काम सॉरी सर मैं तुमने बैटरी ऑन नहीं किया था 51% आ गया तुमने
Okay. So as I told you that, so if you want to become a web developer, so you must be familiar with three languages. One is hypertext markup language, which is used to define the content of the web pages. Okay. And CSS, cascading style sheets, to specify the layout of the web pages, and JavaScript to program the behavior of web pages. So JavaScript is a programming language. Okay, is a programming language for mostly used for web development. This is enough. Next, come to the introduction class. Already in the previous class, I have explained that introduction about the syntax, the methods. Okay, already I have briefed about the get element by ID method. So normally I have briefed that, try to understand. So I am zooming somewhat, zooming so that you can see more. Okay, visibility. Try to understand here. So this is the script. This is the syntax for this is the HTML code. So first of all, doc type HTML means it indicates that this is a HTML document. Otherwise, you simply say that HTML page. Then this tag HTML indicates that the code is HTML code started, and within the HTML code body started. Okay. So now this is header section. So what is your header? What can JavaScript do? What can JavaScript do? Okay. So now header started and header heading closed. Okay, forward slash h2 means header closed. So this is the HTML code. So but we are studying about JavaScript. So means what you know, your JavaScript code will be inserted in HTML code. Everything is HTML code here. Your HTML closed, okay, HTML started, HTML at the end, HTML closed. Before that, body closed. So this is the your header. Next, P means your paragraph started and paragraph closed. So paragraph here, see, JavaScript can change HTML content. This is the paragraph. Okay. So this paragraph will be identified with the ID name is equal demo. Understood that? So here, see, this is the button. So, but over the button, click me. Click me is a text. Okay. So one button that has been created, button type is equal button. Okay. So on click is an event. So whenever we click on click, okay, is an event. So over this button, whenever you click, a function will be run. That is called a method. Method and function I told you many times. So difference I told in the previous classes. Function, method. Method is part of a class and function is not part of a class. So when on click is an event, whenever you click on event over this button, this text is displaying over this button. Whenever you click, so function will be create run. That function reads the content of the content which is stored in inner HTML. That is hello JavaScript. Hello JavaScript. So now whenever we click on this, click me hello JavaScript. This string data that is part of your inner HTML. Okay. And this dot get element by ID, it is a method of your document, HTML document. Okay. So now everything is HTML here, but we are studying about JavaScript. So JavaScript, so it will be inserted in between these either in header section, either in body section, otherwise header section. So this is called body section and this is called header section. So let us see. Let us see. So your so where your JavaScript code will be inserted with the in scripts. It will be inserted. Try to understand here. See, as I told you that, see, in HTML, JavaScript code is inserted between script open, script close, these two tags. So if you want to insert JavaScript code in HTML, so the script to be opened. Script means a tag, okay, script tag, and script tag close. In between, this this is document dot get element by ID demo dot inner HTML. So whatever you have written in HTML as it is same, this code will be now whenever you keep this code in script, open script close. So this will be identified as a JavaScript code. Okay. See, this is called JavaScript tag. So the JavaScript code is inserted between these two tags. See, if we see the code, see what happened here. This is everything. This is a document of HTML, web page, otherwise HTML document, HTML tag, HTML section, open, body section, open. This is the header section, and then paragraph, next script. This is a tag. Now within this, whatever you write, that will be considered as a JavaScript code. Under the script open, script closed. Understood that? Now body closed and HTML closed. If we run this, what happened? The JavaScript in body, this is the header. Okay, my first JavaScript. This is where this is the my first JavaScript is part of your inner HTML. Understood that? If you run this, my first JavaScript, it is part of inner HTML. Understood. Now here we can simply say that your JavaScript code is inserted in HTML code in between script open, script close. So in the previous what we have studied, in HTML code, in HTML code, see, in HTML code, what happened here, wherever, whatever we are seeing, the total, this document dot get element by ID, this is the same code we have kept in script to open, script close. But here it is part of your pure HTML code. Here there is no any JavaScript. There is no any scripts. See, document dot get element by ID demo dot inner HTML. The total is part of your event. On click is an event. So that whenever you click on that button, this button, so one event will be run, that whenever that event runs, it runs a function. So this whatever hellos JavaScript that will be shown on your, you click on this. If I am now whenever you click on this, so this is hello JavaScript that is stored in this way dot inner HTML. So now everything is JavaScript. Everything is HTML code here. In this here, there is no any JavaScript code. That moment, if you want to insert JavaScript code, everything is HTML. Now I want to insert the JavaScript code here in place of here. So you try to understand that what is the difference in between this and that. First of all, come to where to here. So first you try to understand this, then after we will use the IDE, integrated development environment, to understand the JavaScript. So many IDEs are there, Visual Studio Code, VS Code supports, Atom is there, some more. So now here, this is the script open, script close. Within this same document dot get element by ID, inner HTML. Now if you see this code, what happened in HTML code, no need to create any button. Okay. Simply what they have done, no any button created and no any event. Okay. No any function to be run. Simply this get element by ID, this that is the method of JavaScript HTML method. This is the one of the method. So many methods. JavaScript HTML has so many methods. Out of them, this is the one method to get the content which is stored in this inner HTML. My first JavaScript. Okay, understood that. So here we understood that how to insert the JavaScript code in two tags, script open, script close. Then after body HTML close, this is the total HTML code. Okay. So get element by ID is a method, that is the JavaScript HTML method. We start, if we go for starting, I will come here introduction. Here introduction. Here we will simply understand that that is a method. So JavaScript HTML methods, one of the main method is get element by ID. This is the method. This is the method of JavaScript HTML. So what it does, it finds HTML element. Okay. This method get element by ID. This method finds HTML element by the ID demo, okay, and changes the element content. So whatever the content stored in inner HTML, that will be changed as per your desire. So you simply understand that this get element by ID is a method of JavaScript HTML which will finds HTML element. Okay. And it changes the element content, whatever the content you want to change. So see, this is document dot get element by ID dot inner HTML hello script. You can change this whatever you want here. Let us see what happened here. Now here, see, here what happened, as I told you that this is your header. So you are seeing what can JavaScript do. You can change this. If you want to change what JavaScript, you remove whatever you keep here. That is your JavaScript do. If you remove anything, if you keep, okay, if you run only Java, you will get JavaScript. If you change the header like what, if you write what Python will do, you see what Python will do. So you can simply see what Python will do. But here we are studying about JavaScript. So you write what JavaScript will do. Okay. You can change the header as per whatever you keep the content. So you can see this is the what JavaScript will do. So next ID. So as I told you that what that method get element by ID method, it will finds the HTML element and it will change the content stored in inner HTML. Okay, this is everything is what to display hello JavaScript. We need to create a button and that button over that button this click me string text that is to be displayed, and whenever we click on this on click event, it is an event button to be created on click. So whenever on click is an event, whenever we click on this event runs, so it will call that method. That method will be, this method will identify the HTML content. So this is the syntax HTML. Within this we are going to insert what JavaScript code. That is, we need to understand that. So now come down here. I want to close this one. Come to the main class here. So now go for where HTML, where to. So your JavaScript code will be stored, inserted in between the scripts like this. So we can keep so many scripts. We can keep so many, we can create so many scripts. Okay. So JavaScript functions and events. So in JavaScript, function is a block of code. In previous programming languages, Python, Java, we try to understand what is function. function is nothing but a block of code will be executed when a function is called. The same in JavaScript function is same thing. So whenever event occurs, okay, so that time a function can be called. So under this function, whatever the code is there, that will be executed. Okay. So next is what JavaScript in head and body. So we can place number of scripts in an HTML document. Number of scripts. Okay, these scripts, within the script, script open, script close, within these JavaScript code will be kept. So we can place number of any number of scripts in an HTML document. Here, scripts can be placed in the body section, otherwise in the head section, otherwise in both. In HTML page, okay, the scripts can be placed in the body section or in the head section of the HTML page, or both in the body and both in the head. So practically, let us see what happens here. So one JavaScript function is placed in the head section. So I told you where is the header section. This is the HTML page, otherwise HTML document. So within the page, one function, this is the head section. Head. Okay. After HTML section means tag, head section, head tag will be started. Within the head section means under the head tag, your script started. So within the script, a function is called. So this function is called whenever we click on a button. Okay. Now this everything is under the script, whatever we have defined here, that is JavaScript code. So within this function, what happened? Document.get. This is, I told you that this is the method of your JavaScript HTML method. One of the method of many methods that will be used to find out what HTML element. Then what happened? This whatever the content stored in this inner HTML that will be displayed. Now script to open, script to close. Now this is the JavaScript code kept under a script. Now the script is kept under head section, under the head tag. So we have studied that JavaScript, many scripts can be placed either in head section, otherwise body section. This is the body section. Now the script kept under head section. Sorry, body section. Okay, now script closed, your head closed. Next body started. Okay, so under the body section, this is the your header. Okay, this is the HTML code. Everything is this is HTML code. All of this is HTML code. Okay, now body closed, HTML closed. So our script is kept where? Under the body, under the sorry head, under the head. Okay. Now, so this is now if you run this code, what happened here? Try to understand. This is the doc type HTML means it is indicating that this is the HTML page. So HTML tag section tag, otherwise section started, head. Okay, head section started. Under this script is open, script closed. Under this JavaScript code, one function runs. Whenever this function called, this method will be, that method is out of your JavaScript HTML method to find out the HTML content element, and to run the call the whatever the string stored in this inner HTML, and this can be changed. Okay, this can be change. Paragraph. Whatever you keep here, whatever this can be changed. Simple you kept only para, because I have kept here only para here. Now this para, this is the content of stored in inner HTML, and this will be identified by this method. Will this method get element by ID? This is a method of your JavaScript HTML method, which will be used to identify the HTML element, and then it will be used to change the content stored in inner HTML. Now script closed, now head closed. So now this total script kept under head section. Now body started. So body started, and body is then after this total body started, body closed. Under this body section, your header section, paragraph, button type, these all are what your HTML code. Understood that? Now come to the point. First you understand that, then after I will switch to what? IDE. IDE for what? IDE for your to write the code, JavaScript code. VS Code will support. Otherwise, we will download Atom, somewhat ID. So many IDs are there. Sublime Light, somewhat like that. So don't worry. Within 10 minutes, I want to close this class. Then after we will meet on Saturday, Sunday. Now, where to? We are at the where to this point. Introduction classes, scripts, tags. I have briefed. So in the script tags, your JavaScript code will be inserted, and we can keep many JavaScript. That is what code we can create so many scripts. Okay, so these scripts can be placed in the body, otherwise head section of HTML page. So now let us try to understand what. So why we need to keep the script in body section? The JavaScript function is placed in the body section of an HTML page. That function kept in body section. Okay, that is what which function? JavaScript function that is placed in the body section. That function will be called whenever we click on a button. That button is created in your under the HTML code. Under the HTML code. Understood that? The button is created that is kept under the body section. Up to here under the body section, whatever the code written, this everything is what the part of your HTML. Then after under the body section, script is open. Under the script, under the script open, script closed. Under this is everything. Two lines of code. This is your JavaScript code. Okay. Our body closed, HTML closed. Some students have asked me that, sir, if I want to know the if I want to practice JavaScript, whether I have must have somewhat knowledge over HTML. If you have knowledge over HTML, well, otherwise you need to understand that you need to correlate HTML and JavaScript, both the syntax. Okay, it is not much difficult to understand that because whomever studying computer science engineering, they are not the kids. They are the very technical literates. So it doesn't mean if I want to understand JavaScript, whether I should be able to, I should have somewhat knowledge or previous knowledge or HTML if I don't have any knowledge of HTML. So don't feel like that, huh? So here what happened? This code, this function, and that is what kept in script. This is the JavaScript code. Okay. So now if we run this code, what happened? See, under the HTML web page, under the page of HTML, under the HTML tag, body section, this is your header section, okay, and paragraph. This is the HTML code initially written under the body. Then under the body, script is open. Under the script, your JavaScript code kept. Okay, next body script close, body close, HTML close. So this is the one way. Okay. Now what is that? Now come to the point way to under the way to. So I will be along with you few minutes. Then after I want to close this session and we will meet on Sunday. Next Sunday, today is 27, 28. So as I told you that students, as they have asked that if they want to understand about, they want to understand about JavaScript, whether they must know HTML. So it is up to you. Without knowing of HTML, you can understand, but you need to use your brain. Okay, you are not a kid, you are studying in engineering. Okay, so this is one word somewhat okay. First of all, as I told you that first what I have told you that JavaScript code will be kept in scripts. This is the way. And then I told you that under the script functions will be called. Okay, that function is nothing but a block of code will be executed whenever you call that function. So whenever an event occurs, that function will be called. Whenever function is in your under the JavaScript code, an event occurs in HTML. Like when the user clicks a button, that button created, event created, everything that is part of your kept in HTML. Okay, I will show. See here, this is function. Okay, it is under Java under script. So it is okay. So now this function is called how? This function is called through an event. The event is part of your HTML. On click. On click is an event. So whenever this event occurs, so this function will be called. Function is where that function is under script, JavaScript. So under this function, this line of code will be executed. Understood that? Event, the event that is on click is an event. Okay. So this function, my function will be called. That function is where that function is created, my function. That function is under script. Okay. Whenever event on click is an event, that is part of your HTML code, that moment my function will be called. And whenever that my function will be called, that moment this method will identify the HTML element, and whatever the content is stored in this inner HTML, that will be displayed. You can change this also. Okay. And button is created.